Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of FPL Friends. FPL Friends. Hey Prash, how's it going?
I don't know how to feel this week.
What did we do? What game week was this? Between week 12, 13.
I have no idea.
Game week 13.
That was more prepared than this. I don't know what game week it was. It was 13.
Game week 13. All right, yeah. So it was the FPL Friends derby again on our head-to-head, and it was another draw. So that's 2 out of 3 draws we've had, and yeah, it was close, but
I don't know how it was close. Like, I had 2 players left, Lundstrom and Martial, and then Lundstrom gets an assist, but then only ends up with 3 points as opposed to 2. Martial doesn't do anything when they then score 3 goals, and then I knew St. Maximin would blank, as I told you, and somehow
he looks sick. He looks so good. He really doesn't.
Scored a goal yet.
He got an assist last week. It's fine. It's fine. He's. I have faith in him. He's a captainable player, I think. Against Man City away, it's fine. He's got this.
Yeah, allow captaining Sterling for one last week before you finally get rid of him.
Yeah, I should really have got rid of him anyway already, but it's fine. So should we just kick things straight off with the first game?
The City Chelsea game, I imagine.
Oh yeah, that was a good game.
It was the only game we really watched.
Yeah, I watched the Newcastle Villa one on Monday, but because I wanted St. Maximin to do something, but he didn't. So
didn't because you were watching him. Equally, why none of our City players did anything while we were watching them. Yeah. None of my Chelsea players did anything either. Just it was De Bruyne and then like 4 blanks around that.
Apparently De Bruyne played really well yesterday. What game was it? Against Shakhtar. He came off 17 minutes. So.
Yeah, he got subbed off early, which is always a good thing. I was actually looking at my squad today and thinking whether or not it's time for him to go.
No. Definitely not. Unless he depends who you bring him for.
Sonny boy.
Sonny boy, did he got an assist yesterday? We'll talk about Tottenham. I think so, but I just can't be able to talk about Tottenham, but it's fine. Man City. Okay, Man City. So Sterling and Aguero, big things going on there. Aguero injured.
Yeah, unfortunately, I made a very stupid transfer, which I'll go into later.
Wait, have you already made a transfer?
No. But do you know my last week transfer? My second transfer was really stupid.
Yeah.
And then I thought the reason why I didn't need 2 transfers this week and I could get away with having 1 is because I was planning on making no changes this week. Because I was going to give, whether or not Aguero like blanked against Chelsea, I was going to give him 1 more game against Newcastle, and then he was going to go. But he came off, what was it, like 70-something minute?
Yeah.
Apparently with a muscle injury. And Pep's already said, and Pep rarely tells you anything useful, but he said that he's probably going to be out for a couple of weeks. They've already said he is probably going to be out for the Manchester derby, which is game week 14-16. So at least another 3 game weeks.
Oh, I think he'll be out for at least a month.
Yeah. So there's no point. Well, I need to get rid of him immediately, but that's Aguero, and he blanked, and he missed.
Oh my god!
What was one of his best chances of recent? I didn't see him create anything else though. He created 1 chance in the first 4 minutes that De Bruyne should have finished off.
Yeah.
And that just missed. And then beyond the one that he missed, where he hit the crossbar from basically an open goal, he didn't do anything the rest of the game.
Yeah,
I don't think anyone did.
I think that's because Chelsea played really well. I don't think that's because City was. They weren't good, but they weren't good. They weren't amazing, but they weren't poor. I just think they were average, and then Chelsea just played really well, and I think they were a little lucky to get the win. But
yeah, I didn't think Chelsea deserved the loss, but because they had a few really good chances. I think Willian had like multiple close chances.
Yeah, I don't know. So we go back to Aguero. So he's out.
Yeah.
But will that affect Jesus or Sterling? And obviously, I think most people have seen these stats that Sterling's got 10.8 points per game when Jesus starts with him. But I think that's a bit of a, what do you call it?
I think the sample size for that is too small. I think there's only been a few games where Jesus starts.
I think it was like 4 games. and I think that's yeah. I wouldn't trust it yet, but I'm going to give him one more week, and so it could be. I mean, I don't want to take a -4, so I'm going to give Sterling one more week. I think it's fine.
Well, just Jesus pisses me off anyway. Like, he doesn't. I just never see him pass the ball. I always see like another player in a better position. I'm like, just square it, and he never does it, and then he misses himself, and he's frustrating to watch, and he's frustrating to then see your assets around him not getting the ball. I'm starting to think just to step away from City altogether, but
To
equally,
be fair, looking at the fixtures right now,
it's
I
horrible.
didn't realize how
It's
bad they
horrible. Like even without, so obviously they have the red fixtures, but Newcastle away, Newcastle gonna park the bus. Burnley away, Burnley gave them so much trouble last year. They scraped that game 1-0 because all of City's players are small, and then it's true. And then you've got like the likes of like Tarski and whoever else in their defense. They're not. They had so much issue because the other thing with Pep is for some reason Pep likes to play from the wings and cross the ball in, expecting like someone who like Aguero or Jesus to header the ball in.
Yeah, they've got like Barnes and Wood who literally cause trouble for Pussy Stones and Pussy Otamendi because let's face it, Barnes and Wood are tanks. I think they'll lose that game. It's away at Burnley. I think they'll lose that game.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. No, I don't see like these next two games being more than 1-2-0. Then they got the derby, which I don't know. I don't think traditionally this is a real goal fest either, is it?
I don't really remember, but I think they'll scrape that win.
No, I think they'll win quite easily. They will win quite easy. Arsenal, if Emery is gone by then, that will be a real challenge. And I reckon Emery will be gone by then. I can't see Emery surviving the next like 3-4 weeks.
I think he'll be gone by Sunday. But anyway,
after you lose to Norwich.
After we lose to Norwich, he's definitely gone.
He's
if he's not gone, I'll literally go over there and sack him myself. The prick.
Don't even know what that means. Heard the word sack myself. And then they've got Leicester. All right, fine. That's gonna be a very good game. That's gonna be a very, very good game. But like, just after 4 shit games, then they got Wolves, and then they got Sheffield, and I think Sheffield is one of the toughest teams to play right now. So I don't like pretty much their next 8 fixtures. Their whole Christmas period I don't like, and then obviously Christmas period as well. Pep doing Pep things. He ain't gonna play anyone for more than 2 games straight. So
yeah, you got a point. Well, Sterling's probably definitely out for me after this week.
Unless he bangs because Pep tries him in like the centre forward position.
Yeah,
but
it just seems like he's out of form recently. Even yesterday against Shakhtar, he didn't do anything. It seemed. So I don't know. But then
things he gets marked. Literally, whoever's on his side of the wing is just chasing him back and forth the entire time. Because he's so dangerous. Like, he doesn't have a lot of freedom to play whenever he plays with bigger teams because they literally just plant a player on him.
Yeah, I hope that Pep tries to play him at number 9 this weekend, and then just to see, because I would love to see what happens just for the future. So Pep, I know you're listening to this. Stop rotating and play Sterling at number 9. To be fair, Sterling played 90 minutes, which isn't great yesterday, but whatever.
Yeah, but he's got no choice now. Who else is he going to play?
That's true. I like Sterling to play on the right wing. Do you remember last year when they had like Aguero, Sane, and Sterling? And Sterling played right, and Sane played left, and they just couldn't stop scoring. I'd love that.
They must have some other option on the left.
They have no one because they play Mahrez on the right, Bernardo on the right, and then they don't have anyone else. So
yeah, I'd like to see Mahrez get more game time. I think he'd be a great option, but he's just too inconsistent in terms of when he plays. But I swear every time he plays, he always scores. I swear he always gets points.
Yeah, he's very selfish though, isn't he?
That's why.
And as we were talking about at the game, like, he's slightly overrated.
In the game or in real life?
No. When we were watching it, I remember like there's a few people that he's a bit overrated, and I kind of agree because he just shoots and nothing. Like
What do you
obviously,
mean nothing? It goes in.
yeah, but he should. Yeah, but he doesn't pass. He should pass more.
Yeah, no, I agree with that, but I still.
Imagine how many assists he could get. He's such a. He could. He could be so good.
But what was it? It was the very, very first game against West Ham. He came in with like 3 assists.
Yeah.
But they battered West Ham. That was. Oh, we'll
But
get into
anyway,
West Ham
yeah.
later. West Ham
So
being shit.
Sterling, probably out.
Probably out.
Aguero out.
Out definitely.
De Bruyne, I'll still keep.
I'm not sure now.
Okay.
I'm not sure about
But I
him.
mean, yeah, looking at this fixtures and with Pep's rotation, I think. Pep's
No, I don't think De Bruyne's going to be rotated much. If anything, De Bruyne will get rotated once or twice within that like 8 runs of fixtures. I think the problem with me for De Bruyne is with these tougher fixtures, I think De Bruyne's going to have to be tracking back more, playing more like a little more defensive, holding back a little more. And then, with some of these tougher fixtures coming up, and with the likes of Aguero gone, is he really going to be getting as many assists now? If they're only really going to be scraping these next few games, in my opinion, with 1 or 2 goals. There's a lot of faith in him to either get a goal or an assist. And even the goal he scored the other day was kind of lucky. He just dropped to his feet. He did really well to finish it. And it deflected as well. But, we've seen De Bruyne blank for a few weeks now. And I think it is partly because City have been struggling. And
Yeah,
I think
I agree.
Yeah, also because I think he's starting to get forced to play a little more defensively as opposed to go as forward and as wide as he likes.
Yeah, it does seem like the last few games he's been blanking, and yeah, so he's one to watch, I guess. So you're not going to sell him the
Not
next couple of
yet,
weeks.
not yet, no, but because I've got other fires to put out of my team, mainly Aguero, thinking about Mount, but yeah, eventually De Bruyne may be one I'll consider swapping out. I kind of want to decide now because then it allows me to plan if I'm going to bring in what Spurs player I'm going to bring in, but we'll go into that next. And then just from Chelsea's front, I think they played really well.
I think they did, yeah. I think their assets are good. I was thinking about Pulisic to bring in, and then I was thinking about will he get rotated, but you don't seem to think so.
No, I'm thinking about what you said now, and upon reflection, after looking, obviously because we're in this December period, they've got games every 3 days. I don't see how like Callum Hudson-Odoi doesn't start a few games. Is he really going to play Pulisic every single game and start him every single game? Either way, Pulisic is probably going to get like subbed off after 70 minutes, and because the games are so frequent, yeah, I can imagine Callum Hudson-Odoi playing a few of those games in between, perhaps against the easier team, because they have got a good run of fixtures. But then at the same time, is he just going to play his best player? Because they're doing really well in the league right now. I don't think they've got any room to like play a slightly weaker squad just to rest players.
Well, I don't think Hudson-Odoi is like a weaker player than Pulisic. I think, they just obviously maybe now, but when he gets back on form, he's such a good player. I think he will rotate a little bit.
Yeah.
I think the only player that's set is Tammy and Kante and Jorginho potentially.
I do think Mount is set. I do think he is. I think the only reason, I think the only teams that perhaps Lampard would take the style of play that he had against Man City is against like City and Liverpool, because he played 3 CDMs to be more defensive. And obviously the 3 CDMs he played are still really good at like creating chances and playing the ball forward. Because obviously, what was it? Was it this first or second goal was like Kovacic's like really good pass, like across the pitch. But I see him more starting Jorginho and Kante than Mount playing more as like a number 10 with Pulisic on the left, Willian on the right, and then Tammy up front. I think it was a one-off but Mount didn't start.
Yeah, potentially, and they've got fixtures, really good fixtures, so it seems like Mount will play.
Yeah,
but
so
I'm still thinking about like selling him.
No, that's the thing. I if I'm going to sell him, he's staying for at least 2-3 games.
Yeah.
So I'm keeping him for like West Ham and then Villa, and then I'll assess at that point after 2-3 game weeks more of data. Is he getting rotated with, or is
where's he playing basically?
Yeah, where's he playing? Is Lampard going back to what we're traditionally used to with him playing as number 10 and then 2 CDMs as opposed to 3 CDMs. I don't think there's like much rotation risk between him and, like, for example, Barkley or something. I think Mount is by far the more superior number 10.
Oh, 100%.
So I think in that sense, if he's getting up there, he's playing quite forward. I'm going to keep him for a while, but I'm going to consider, depending on what happens with Pulisic as well. Because what I did notice the other day or last week, and I mentioned this, was they both have a similar number of shots, but pretty much all of Pulisic's shots are in the box, and most of Mount shots are outside.
Yeah, Pulisic's stats are really good.
Yeah.
And I was very close to making that transfer a couple of days ago, bringing Pulisic and Vardy, but then I just thought I'd be patient and not take the -4, but we'll see. Because I was just debating whether Pulisic will get rotated. I mean, I think everyone's going to get rotated in these Christmas periods because you have to.
Yeah, to an extent, but there are a few players.
Like even like Tammy might, like, I feel like he might get a game.
Maybe. Or like Batshuayi just comes on more often, like after 60 minutes or like, after half time or something.
Yeah.
That's why. All right, we can move on to. Have you got anything else to say about Chelsea?
No, I just think their assets quite good.
Yeah.
In general.
And then the only other thing is Kante scored, and he's getting forward quite often, but again, he's a CDM.
Yeah.
5 million. Maybe you can stick him on your bench in this rotation period because he's not one to get rotated.
I was thinking about if I needed to, upgrade my defense, getting Lundstram in and something, I might need to just get Kante in as a cheap bench player. So I was thinking about it, but yeah.
Yeah, as long as he's on your bench, it's all right.
Yeah.
Come on. All right, we can move on to Spurs because I do want to talk about their assets quite a lot.
Okay, I don't, but it's fine. I'll chat about them.
So obviously Mourinho came in, the special one.
Such not a special one, man.
The special one.
Just not a special one. You know who's special.
You wouldn't take him at your club.
I wouldn't take him at my club. He's just a prick.
He's better than Emery.
Yeah, but I would take Pellegrini over Emery at this moment. I would take who's bottom.
That's such a
Watford.
Sideways transfer.
No, it's an upgrade. I would take
Pellegrini as an upgrade.
I would take Marco Silva. I'll take everyone over Emery at this point.
But Mourinho.
But I wish him well in the future. But I still don't. I wouldn't take Mourinho. I just wouldn't take. I would take Pochettino.
Oh, everyone would take Poch.
I'll take him. Anyway, I'm talking about Tottenham, not Arsenal.
Anyways, so they played Dele Alli as number 10, Kane up front, Son on the left. And then they started with Lucas Moura on the right. But what was happening was Lucas Moura was he was coming in a little more narrow and then like running forward to play as like a second striker with Kane. And then the interesting thing was Aurier was then basically playing as a right winger. Hence why I think he has the potential to get a lot of assists, which may be something to consider, and he's quite cheap. I think he's like 4.9 or 5. I think his price did rise last night. The only problem is I just don't like having defenders that their clean sheet potential isn't there. And I think it will take Mourinho a couple of weeks to get it right, because the fact that they conceded, 2 to West Ham, both from set pieces. Well, I don't know if they were both from set pieces, but there was definitely another like VAR moment where they should have, West Ham should have had another goal. And it just seems like they're really shit at set pieces right now, defending set pieces. But maybe that's because Mourinho hasn't had any time to kind of tell his squad where their positions are, what they're doing. And then equally, who do they play? Or was it Olympiacos? Yeah, they were 2-0 down, like immediately. So I think defensively, I'm gonna wait on Aurier, even though he might be playing more as like a right winger as opposed to like a fullback.
Mm-hmm.
But and then the same I was thinking about, like, bringing in their keeper, but equally until they sort their defense out, I'm still kind of waiting back.
I thought their fixtures were better than they are. Okay, yeah, they got Bournemouth next, but then you got United away, Burnley at home, which is not hot, not easy. Wolves
Yeah,
away, and then Chelsea at home. It's not
it's not.
easy.
Yeah, it's not great, but it's just it's the new manager bounce, isn't it?
Yeah, but yeah, okay.
And it's just no, but they're very no. But I did look at this. If you look at their after Chelsea, then it goes Brighton, Norwich, Southampton, Liverpool, Watford. Not oh wait, Norwich again.
Yeah,
Oh,
because their
oh,
fixtures like kind of
oh yeah, it's the reverse,
the
isn't it?
reverse. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
their
the mirror.
their Christmas period and New Year's period is quite good actually.
Yeah, but then yeah, maybe up until like they play Chelsea, and that will give you a really solid understanding of what to look into. But just looking at the fixtures, Spurs against Bournemouth, if we were bringing in one of their attacking assets, I see goals there. I see goals against United. Like, I can't see. Mourinho is obviously coming to United to prove a point. Yeah, and then our new manager then can't defend and park the bus at home against our previous manager. Even Solskjaer has to prove a point against our former manager, and he has to try and win that game. So I think that's going to be quite an attacking game from both ends, which will then leave spaces, allowing both assets like Martial and Rashford and then Kane and Son to score goals. That's what I'm thinking.
That's an interesting theory. I didn't really think about that, but
No, I just think it will look so fucking stupid if Solskjaer decides to park the bus at home because he's afraid of Mourinho.
yeah, but United are shit, so they probably
We are
have to
shit,
part of the bus.
but no, that is just taking the piss. They're just saying like we brought you in, but you're afraid of the manager that you replaced.
Yeah, but imagine if they win that game by parking the bus, then he'd be, you know, it's you got to do what you got to do to win the game.
True, but I
I
don't know.
mean, yeah, but that's an interesting theory. I didn't really think about that, but it's fairs.
Yeah, and then Burnley, yeah, tough. Wolves, I think there's goals in there. Spurs, I think there's goals in there, and then obviously there's decent fixtures after that.
Okay, so attacking assets wise, who would you pick, and who are you
So
thinking about getting?
so from what we've seen so far, Dele Alli's playing really well, but Dele Alli is a really awkward price at like what was he? He's like 8 something. I just don't like his price there.
He
Yeah, he's
is 8-4.
4.
Okay,
He's just
I thought he was close to 9-5, but I'm guessing that was last
nice.
year, wasn't it?
Yeah. So he's not one for me to consider. Lucas Moura could be an option because he's cheap, but
7
again,
mil.
and this for someone, yeah, because he's like 7 something. Is he exactly
Just
7?
exactly 7, yeah.
Exactly 7. Yeah. So he's a mad shout for 7 million. Considering he basically plays as a second striker, he's so quick. I can't see him getting rotated. But
Yeah.
then the only thing is like obviously yesterday he took out Eric Dyer for Ericsson after like 30 minutes or something. I still need to assess if he's going to play 2 CDMs and if Ericsson is actually going to play the number 10 or is he going to be Dele Alli.
I think
And
Ericsson's a really good shout to play next to Winks. He can defend a little bit. He doesn't need to have 2 CMs. He can have like one defensive mid, one centre mid, one attacking mid. Like
yeah,
it could work. I think that's a really good shout. Like if they play those 5 attacking assets, they could score so many goals.
loads of goals. So then in that instance, you think that Dele Alli and Lucas Moura are basically nailed on then?
I think that front four is nailed on, and it just
Yeah.
depends on Ericsson. Depends what he does with Ericsson, but I think that front four is. And I do agree. The other day you said that all 4 assets are worth looking at, and I kind of agree. But I personally I wouldn't obviously, but I still think Kane is I'm not sure about Kane. I think just looking at his heat map from the last game, he still was quite deep, and I don't know if that's just him being lazy, but
Maybe he got a goal and he scored 2 midweek as well. And then obviously he's always on pens.
he's just always on pens.
He's always on pens.
Harry penalty. I think his name.
So yeah, so then I think I wouldn't look into Ali too much, but it would be either Son, most likely Son, because Son is basically 1.1 mil less than Kane. I think Kane's always someone you have to keep an eye on because I think Kane's starting to find like his rhythm again, and if he keeps at this pace, he's scoring 1 or 2 goals a game.
Yeah. So are you thinking of bringing him in?
Well, it's just an easy transfer, Aguero to Kane, and then
Yeah.
I have like another mil in the bank to kind of look what I want to do with it, and that another mil can most likely will upgrade Mount to
Madison or something.
Madison, Pulisic maybe. Madison most likely because he's probably the least rotation risk. And then and now that I've seen that, Lucas Moura's price is 7 million, and he basically plays as second striker to Kane. He could be a great shout as well to kind of replace Mount with. So
Got
I
options
have to
there.
look into that. Yeah, and then my other option is I can upgrade Mount to Son, and then downgrade Aguero to anyone. And I'm deciding who that anyone could be. Most likely, I'm looking into Ings.
Yeah.
We'll go into
Yeah.
that later. Why? But then, yeah, the other two options are Rashford and Jimenez, but I don't like any of their fixtures coming up.
Yeah. Okay. So cool. Anything else on Tottenham?
No, I think that was it. Yeah, it was just you do agree now that or you're not gonna look into it, but I will look into it for myself and for the fans.
All the fans.
The fans
Love
no,
you
but
all.
you have to agree that just because you hate Spurs, their assets
Yeah. No. I
are
just.
worth considering. Yeah,
Yeah. I
yeah.
said yes.
Yeah,
I would say
we'll
that
just
front
never
four.
bring him in.
That front four. I would say Lucas Moura is definitely the best option. Then Son, then Kane, and then Aurier.
Yeah, fair. You just
Yeah.
don't like Kane, do you?
I don't like Kane.
No, but I agree. He is
Actually, no. You
10.8.
know who I hate more than Kane?
Who?
Dele Alli. I
Really?
think he's a proper wanker. But anyway, enough about Spurs. I don't have,
Any biases whatsoever?
no bias, but yeah. But no,
Um,
I do agree that their assets are worth looking into. But then who did they play? West Ham. Their assets are not worth looking into.
well, yeah. West Ham poor defensively, just fucking didn't press anyone, didn't do anything, just so shit. They've collected 2 points in the last 6 matches.
Sacked in the morning, hopefully.
Yeah, he's gonna get sacked soon. But then there's so many managers getting sacked. Who's left to like bring in?
No, they could replace Mick Pellegrini with Emery.
and then
I'll drive him there myself.
And then Pellegrini goes to Arsenal.
I'm on the Jubilee line. All we need to do is just go to Stratford in West Ham. It's easy. Emery can come with me. It's fine.
Yeah, you just hold each other's hands. And...
I will pay for his train ticket.
Oh, Emery out basically. Emery out.
Yeah.
And
But
then
West Ham.
West Ham. Nothing from them.
Antonio's a good shout.
He played well, but he was the only one playing well. And
Yeah, and he just come back from injury, so maybe give it a few weeks.
yeah, I don't even know how much he is.
I think he's like 7. That's quite a lot, isn't it?
That's too much. That's too much for the other players that are out there for 7.
He's 6.9, yeah. But
But yeah, West Ham is the reason I'm not getting out Chelsea or not getting Mount out yet.
Okay,
Because
that makes sense.
Yeah, I'd like the number 10 to play against a very, very weak West Ham. And to an extent, I do then consider Tammy as a potential captaincy option just because of how shit West Ham have been playing.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
All right. What should we move on to the Liverpool Crystal Palace game?
Liverpool, fucking lucky bastards they are.
Fuck's sake. So what happened here? So it was, what was it, 2-1 to Liverpool.
Yeah.
And then Mane scored the first one, nice little assist from Robertson, obviously. And then what?
Oh, I was going to go into Crystal Palace, but we'll talk about Liverpool first.
Yeah, I was just going to say that obviously what I mentioned earlier about Robertson and Trent. So Trent created 4 chances, 18 crosses, and Robertson created 2 chances, both of which were crosses. But Robertson got the assist.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is then, just not finishing from Trent. Even to Trent, it's like numbers are like...
Actually, it'll be interesting to see these stats. So attempted crosses, but then successful crosses.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, but I think Trent's days are coming, and he's gonna score big soon. Their fixtures are mad as well.
Hang on, so from the start of the season, so obviously Trent has had 153
Oh my god.
attempted crosses.
Yeah.
And 36 successful crosses.
Okay, so like a
And
1 in
then
5.
yeah, so yeah, 23%, and then Robertson has had 70 crosses, but then 14 successful crosses, so 20%. So their percentage-wise, in terms of conversion from like crosses to successful crosses, is the same. But then yeah, Trent has had like 16. Trent has had over double the amount of successful crosses.
That's a great start. That kind of turned me on a little bit.
Yeah, no, it does. It kind of like justifies
It
my
does.
transfer a little bit last week.
Yeah, no, it
If you
does.
don't, if you weren't following us on FPL_Friends, you should be. But you would have seen that my transfer last week was very stupid because I had a spare transfer, thinking I wouldn't need a transfer this week. My transfers from Trent to Robbo, and obviously all of you were paying attention and know that Robertson got the assist.
It was from Robert to Trent. Robert to Trent.
Yeah, it was Robert to Trent. Yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, and Robertson got the assist. So that was.
But I think it's fine in the long run. It just
Yeah, no, it is fine in the long run because you can just see the stats here, and I think maybe Trent hasn't been getting the assists because the lack of Salah, or Salah's not been fully
I think so.
formed.
Yeah.
But I think Salah, he was about to come on just before Liverpool scored, and then instead, I think Klopp brought on Gomez to just secure the win. So yeah, with Salah being back, yeah, I think Trent's probably going to start banging soon, and then the fixtures are a fucking joke as well.
Yeah.
So
Let's hope they get some bloody clean sheets because what the hell, man? Just honestly, they've got 2 clean sheets in whatever mini game.
I think it's risky to still have double Liverpool right now. I mean, yeah, your double Liverpool should be Trent and Robbo as opposed to Van Dijk, because Van Dijk ain't do fuck all.
He almost scored. Well, he's kind of
Yeah, no, I did see this. Van Dijk, he had 3 shots that game. He had the same number of shots as Mane.
mad.
And they were all in the box, so I think they were all headers.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
mad.
so-
What was I going to say? So I have Robbo and Trent, and I'm still sticking with them. I'm not getting rid of them. I think eventually they'll get clean sheets, and eventually they'll both just assist for days. So I'm not worried about. Well, I'm worried a little bit that they're not cleaning, but I'm not worried. In a few weeks, if they haven't cleaned, I'm going to take one of them out.
Yeah, but you like, we'll go into it later. But if you looked at the Tarski, how many points he got?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had like 17 points.
This is all a fluke, though. This bastard is just kind of.
Yeah, it is. It was very lucky to see what he got, but it's just it's the sort of thing that Trent and Robbo have the potential of getting pretty much every week, the way they play. So if you look at his breakdown, Tarski's breakdown, he had obviously 2 points for 9 minutes, 6 points for a goal, 3 points for an assist, -1 for a yellow card, 4 points for a clean sheet, and then 3 bonus points as well.
I know it's just
Added up to 17. But this is why I brought in Trent last week,
You thought he would do that?
This is the sort of shit he could do. But no,
He is,
they're not getting assists, they're not getting goals, but they will come. They will come.
Trent defensively got ripped up and by Zaha. Like he can't defend.
Fucking yeah, Zaha was all over him. Zaha's goal was sick.
Oh, it was sick. It was sick, and
because he ran all the way on the left, basically took everyone on, and then somehow came in the middle and then finished that off.
yeah, it was that little like fake run across your body's little thing. It was quite good. But speaking of Zaha, I'm actually looking at bringing him in because his fixtures are mad, and I was
fixtures are mad, yeah.
So I was looking at
6.7 as well.
Yeah, exactly. So I thought it was 6.6. Oh, but anyway, so I was gonna downgrade Sterling for like Pulisic or whatever, but I think I'm Zaha now because he's fixed. His fixtures are mad, and I think after that performance, I think they could go on. So this is after next week when Sterling has to go.
Yeah, no, that makes sense because Crystal Palace also played Burnley,
and then
after that, Bournemouth, Watford, Brighton, Newcastle, West Ham. So fucking oh my days.
Yeah, so I was thinking of doing that, but that gives me the chance to upgrade Connolly to Vardy, which I haven't done yet, but it's coming.
And
it's all coming.
Makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense because that is a man you cannot go out without.
Exactly. So this Saturday, when the deadline closes, that's going to be one of my first transfers, and without taking a -4, and then it's all good. I think Zaha's probably the best shout for 6.7 between 6.7 and. I mean, you said Lucas Moura, but I'm not doing that. So
yeah, no Moura. Tielemans.
And I'm trying to save up to bring in what's his
Vardy.
face, Lundstrom eventually.
Lundstrom.
So
Yeah. No, because I agree with you there. I think Palace played quite well. Zaha had 5 shots. He had the most shots in that game from both teams, all in the box. He's so skillful, and every fucking defender cannot basically handle him.
yeah, let's just hope that Palace do perform fairly well. Hopefully, this kicks them up the bum.
Yeah. I think the only thing this season is Zaha's he's not got as many penalty shouts, weirdly, and he got a lot of points last year from getting loads of assists.
Yeah,
And then Milivojevic basically just finishing those pens, but yeah, we'll see what happens.
we'll see what happens. I think they'll do well. So that's my plan anyway. But yeah. Anyway.
What do you think of that VAR shout where what was it?
The
I think
push.
it was you pushed Lovren.
Well, I can see why it was given, but it was so harsh.
Yeah.
It was so
Yeah.
harsh. And I fucking hate VAR, man.
Oh, VAR have got Liverpool. No, Liverpool done sick, but Liverpool have had a lot of decisions more in their favour, in my
Oh
opinion.
yeah. Oh, 100%. 100%.
But yeah, I think from my perspective, like, I can see what I was given, but I can see why there were complaints toward it, because there was no guarantee that Lovren would have jumped and got that. He probably would have just totally missed it.
And if it was the other way,
quite high, but yeah, I guess they had to give it because they were like, well, if he'd got it, then the goal would have been prevented. But I think it was very harsh. It was very harsh.
And if it was the other way, would they have given a pen? No, so.
Exactly. Just from Liverpool's perspective, I think the main assets to consider obviously Trent, Robbo, Mane, and then Salah coming back. Firmino's blanked a lot. He had 4 shots that game. He finally scored 1 in 9 games.
It was a lucky goal though. Let's be
Yeah.
honest.
And I was thinking the other day that you did think about bringing Firmino in when they had their like good run of fixtures, but yeah, he's done fuck all. Oh, he's a sick player, but yeah, FPL points wise,
Yeah.
he's not done anything.
And Mane is just too sick.
Yeah. Mane most like is Mane going to be captain most likely? Sterling
yeah.
for you, isn't it?
No, I think I'm gonna go Mane.
Mane, yeah. Who are they playing? Brighton, yeah. Brighton at home.
Yeah, I think you got to go with Mane.
Do you think Brighton are going to park it?
Nah, they're not like that anymore.
They're not that sort of team, are they?
I think Dunk is back from suspension potentially, so maybe that will help them a little bit. But
Still probably can get battered.
Yeah.
3-0. Take a Mane hat trick there. Trent assist.
No, Robbo assisting 3 times.
Oh, fuck off.
All right, should we go on to the Man United Sheffield game? That was a great game.
Damn it.
It was a good game.
It was it's from a neutral's perspective, I can see why it was a good game because it went 2-0, then 3-2, and then 3-3. But you have to understand, this team was fucking shit. Yeah, they did shit all for 70 minutes. There was literally like no chances created. The only chance created was like in the 44th minute where Rashford like fucking smashed the ball from like 4 yards out, and that was like our only chance created. Then nothing happened after half time either. So I don't know what Solskjaer said to them in the room. And then all of a sudden, 70 minutes, a goal goes in. Very, very good goal, I have to say. All 3 goals were excellent. Yeah, so there was one from Williams. That was a great finish. And then Rashford assisted, I can't remember, I think it was James. And then Rashford had another goal. And the whole time I'm there thinking like,
Martial.
No, yeah, I am thinking Martial, but I'm also there thinking like, you know, I obviously want to bring Rashford in. I've been saying it for ages. But then I watch a United game, obviously, because I have to. And then I see these fuckers not doing anything, not creating anything. And I'm like, where is this guy's goals going to come from? And then all of a sudden they come from somewhere. And I'm happy they came, but then these bastards 3-2 up then decided to let another one in. Well,
that was going to happen though.
Fucking shit. They're so shit.
But do you think, between 45 minutes and 70 minutes when Williams scored the first goal, do you think that if Williams didn't score that, it would have been 2-0 or whatever? Because that was a big goal for them. You know, you always say at 2-0, whoever gets the next goal is huge.
I will say that they wouldn't have won the game. No, they wouldn't have drawn the game. Maybe it would be 2-0 or like 2-1 or something, or 3-1. But like they would have probably bounced and got 1 goal at some point within the 90. But yeah, they wouldn't because you are right. That goal kind of gave them like whatever boost or fucking energy they needed. But like that just shouldn't be the case. It shouldn't be 70th minute a goal goes in because someone like had a really great volley, and then that's when you liven up, and that's when you start being a little more creative and pressing a little more forward. And maybe Sheffield after 70 minutes of running around just did get tired, but it was a shit performance. They're not doing anything creatively. And obviously Martial blanked, which didn't help. Like when they score 3 games and 3 goals, but it's just like I'm thinking about bringing Rashford in, but then I see a game like that, and I'm like, you lot don't do shit. You can't create shit. You don't know where you're going or what you're doing.
Yeah, well, I
And
agree.
tactics were all wrong. He's playing fucking 5 at the back with wing backs, and his wing backs are Williams, who's all right, fair enough, but he's quite inexperienced, quite a young player. And then you got Wan-Bissaka, and as
He
much
can't
as I
cross.
rate Wan-Bissaka, he's sick defensively. He can't cross. He
You
can't
should play him
cross.
at centre back, I think.
What, instead of Lindelof?
Yeah.
And then what? We play Young on the wing.
Yeah.
Like,
I want you guys to get relegated.
oh, don't worry. We don't need to change our tactics to do that.
Yeah. But yeah, maybe Rashford and still Martial is still one to. You're keeping him, right?
Yeah, I'm keeping him. Still a great shout, but I am starting to think about Rashford. But then there's just too many choices in that forward role now.
Yeah. Yep. But Rashford is one to look at. But
Yep. He just fucking seems to get points week in, week out, regardless of how.
He's the only one that does.
I still don't think he's fully in form. I think he's playing sick, and he's playing some of the best football he's playing as of recently. I still think there's more in him.
I think so, yeah.
I still think he could be so much more clinical. And then
imagine with a good team around him. Imagine with a proper centre mid. I think you would.
I don't know when Pogba's back.
Pogba apparently is going to be sold to Real Madrid in January.
Fair enough. As long as we buy someone decent, then let's buy like a McGinn or a Madison or.
Do you
like
want
Bruno
like
Fernandes?
Xhaka? You can have Xhaka.
No. What the fuck would I want Xhaka?
To get you even more relegated from the Championship. That'd be funny. But anyway, I'm just
Fuck's sake.
just hating on United, but we can hate on Arsenal later. Sheffield United.
Lundstrom
Conceded
with the
3.
assist.
Conceded 3 though.
Yeah, they conceded 3. I don't know how they conceded 3, but yeah.
They're still solid though, aren't they?
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. I didn't actually think of that because I was so looking into their fixtures going forward. Obviously, their defensive record up until the last game where they actually conceded 3 has been very, very good. And I'm still thinking of doubling up on Lundstrom and Dean Henderson in a week's time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they got easy fixtures, so I hope they keep clean because they're just such a difficult team to play.
They are, yeah.
I
think they were close to. They went 70 minutes with like basically Man United creating nothing. So I think they're still. I think Man United are lucky to get 3 goals, obviously. So
yeah.
But their forwards. I talked about John Fleck, didn't I?
Yeah, and
as a midfielder at like 4.6 or something.
Yeah, he'd have to be like your 5th on the bench kind of guy.
Yeah.
The only thing with Sheffield's attackers going forward is because Moussa came off injured.
Yeah.
Or Moussa or whatever it is, and I don't know how long he's going to be out for. I don't know how serious his injury was, but I think he's pivotal to them going forward. So without him, I don't know how they're going to adapt. I was even looking into bringing him in, but yeah,
he's a great shout.
Yeah, he's had like 3 assists and a goal in like 3 games, something. So he's a great shout, but I think just be wary of like the Sheffield forwards without him, and let's just assess how they do.
Yeah, I agree.
And who they replace him with, but I think Lundstrom is still like nailed as in your starting 11. Like obviously he's not a fucking defender, but he gets defender points, and they're pretty decent defensively. And
man gets in the box as well.
Yeah, he could have scored. He had more. I think he had more chances than anyone that game. He had the most shots that game.
Yeah, his stats are ridiculous. Like, honestly, I don't understand what FPL. Did they not watch the Championship last year? I reckon if I go back to the Sheffield United highlights from last year, I reckon Lundstrom will be a fucking forward.
I have no idea.
But, you know.
Probably, I think I heard he didn't play that often in the Championship.
Okay.
But then I think when he did play, I think he did play as a midfielder, as like a box to box. And I just probably FPL didn't do enough of their research, which I'm not complaining about. I mean, you are, because you haven't fucking bought him in
I'm
yet.
trying.
He's now 5 mil. He's got up by 1 million.
Yeah, but it was my fault in the first wild card. It's like it's just since then it's been downhill. So
you took him out, didn't you?
well, I took him out, but then I couldn't bring him back in.
Oh yeah, because he went up.
It was so stupid. Like honestly, it was just the stupidest thing I've done is my wild card.
Actually, yeah, this is a quick point to make. So when you're on a wild card and there may be a few people wild carding, like who somehow kept the fucking wild card, hats off to you. If you're keeping a player, don't transfer him in and then transfer him back in on your wild card because it won't go back to the original price.
So it's just watch out.
I think it's really no. I can see why, because you can then play like the price changes and you shouldn't be allowed to do that. But equally on a wild card, I don't know if you should be able to, like, you know, you have like a week to decide if you take someone out and bring him back in. Should you really get punished for that?
Oh yeah, I did get punished and it's ruined me ever since. So it's fine. Whatever. Stupid. He's coming back eventually. I reckon he'll be like 6 mil by the time he comes back, but it's fine.
Yeah, in your team, you just go on that along with that. All right. Well, that's Man United and Sheffield. Would you like to now talk about Arsenal?
No. We're so shit. Honestly, it was so.
That performance was actually disgraceful.
I sent you this like graph, these stats.
Yeah.
Since it was the net shots for and against for Arsenal in the last like 10, 15 years. And it's always been like plus 200 shots. How can I explain this correctly? So we've had 200 more shots than we've conceded shots. Yeah.
Yeah. 200 more shots. 200 shots you've actually taken as opposed to on the other end.
Yeah.
Of the pitch.
That's pretty much on average for the last 15 years until my man, Mr. Emery, comes in. And then last season it was like a minus 40. And this season is already like minus 80 or some shit. So
which is fucking ridiculous. Your front three, yeah, is like, you know, your front three, your front four, if you include Özil, is one of the best in the world. Just when you take each of those individual players, any fucking team would take Aubameyang and Lacazette.
I know, and even Özil, Pepe. I mean, Pepe's not even starting at the moment. What's up with that?
I don't know. He looked dangerous when he came on 45 minutes, but yeah, for some reason, who's playing instead of him?
So we're playing like a 5. We played the stupid 5 at the back against Southampton, at bottom of the league. Like, what is the point?
You still conceded.
And we played 2 defensive midfielders, so it's like, mate, we'll do one. But anyway, Emery, you can move on. I you know, give you all the luck in the world for what you do next, but please just go.
Fuck off, basically.
Yeah, but he seems like a nice guy. I mean, he's just not like I do feel bad for him in the sense that everyone wants him out. But
kind of nice to see you have some respect for your manager, despite like you don't have any respect for like Mourinho, but you know.
I know Mourinho can do one.
Yeah.
I think Emery is a perfect like mid-table. He could go to Everton and do well. I think he could go to like West Ham and do well. I think he just
maybe they should just rotate Emery to Everton, Pellegrini to Arsenal, and then Silva to West Ham.
Yeah.
Job solved.
All right, yeah. So let's do that. But honestly, wish him luck in the future.
Premier League.
You should manage Watford. They did shit. But yeah, I wish him luck. But he's just not the right player, not the right manager for our club at the moment. But we're not going to talk about Arsenal. Maybe Lacazette is doing all right, but at 9.5 you have Vardy.
Now that Vardy and the Spurs have come a real shout. I think it's difficult to justify Aubameyang and Lacazette
and Pepe.
And Pepe, yeah, when they're. I mean, they're still going forward. They're still doing well. Both of them got points, but you know.
Let's talk about our defense though. Southampton should have scored like 7 goals. It's like they
should have won that game quite easily.
Like 7-3 or something. Like honestly, it was. How can you concede so many big chances like that?
Yeah.
As a top 6 side, it's just not.
Was
Oh God.
it Jeppo, whoever had a huge chance he
Yeah.
missed towards the end?
Oh my God.
Southampton had 21 chances.
I know.
Arsenal's 12. This is where your like net stat is coming from. Fucking 9 of those are just from this game here.
Yeah, I know, it's ridiculous. So I don't know what to do
No, I
with
think
Arsenal. But what about Southampton now?
don't have any Arsenal players basically.
I mean,
until
I
Emery
like
gets
Tierney.
sacked. Who?
Tierney.
He had those fucking defensive mistakes that game as well.
Yeah, but attacking wise, his crosses always work. And in the Europa League, he's had like 4 assists. So when Emery gets sacked, have a look at him.
Yeah. When? Yeah. Give it 2 weeks.
But Southampton, Ings.
Yep, I'm actually thinking about Ings, mainly because regardless of how shit Southampton are, he keeps scoring. It's almost like Rashford for United. Yeah, he just keeps getting points. He's 6 million, and Southampton have a ridiculous set of fixtures coming up, and obviously with Southampton being bottom of the table, and most of the teams that they're playing are also bottom of the table. No one is parking a bus.
No,
They all have to. Yeah, they all have to go for these points. Someone has to try and get out of this relegation zone. So on that basis, I feel like Ings has potential. He seems to be starting most games now and playing, at least 75, 80 minutes.
Yeah.
And then they've got Watford at home next, Norwich at home, Newcastle away, West Ham at home, Aston Villa away. That's 4 or 5 really good games that I reckon I could maybe bring him in for the next 3-4 weeks. And then after Man United have their little shit run, then maybe consider bringing Rashford in after that. But yeah, I'm heavily considering transferring out Aguero for Ings. I never thought I'd do that. I never thought I'd go Aguero to Ings, but yeah, I guess that might be happening.
Yeah, no, but I mean it's a very good shout because he's mad.
And then obviously Aguero is 11.9, Ings is 6, so I have a 5.9 million to then spend.
Yeah.
Which will then be, I can either do Mount to Raheem, if Raheem's on form, or Mount to like Son, and then look at later on upgrading my keeper, which ain't going to cost me much because I'm just going to Dean Henderson, and then maybe seeing if I can bring in like another midfielder to bench like Grealish or another 5th defender, like Aurier or something, just have on the bench just through this Christmas period.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that might be. I'm just looking at his next 2 fixtures at least. Watford, Norwich. He could score quite a few goals, like 2 or 3 in those 2 games. So definitely a shout. And Ings was denied. He was denied an assist against Arsenal because Ward-Prowse missed a pen.
Oh yeah.
And the pen was from Ings. I don't know why the fuck Ward-Prowse is taking their pens. So
he takes everything. He takes like free kicks, pens, everything.
Yeah, fair. It was a shit penalty.
Yeah. Great save, Leno.
Yeah.
What lads?
But it went in after anyway.
Yeah, but yeah. Okay. Anyway. Cool.
Right,
Ings is a good shout, but yeah.
I think that's the top 6 done, isn't it?
Well, if you class Leicester as top.
Oh 6. Yeah, no. Leicester deserve to be up there. Let's talk about Leicester now.
I mean, their assets are good.
All their assets. Bring fucking anyone in that squad.
I fully agree.
But you need Vardy. And you've now worked out how to get Vardy, but you need Vardy.
I'll get Vardy after this week. And
what's Vardy's ownership?
It's probably like 40 now.
Where is Leicester? Vardy, 41.3%. Fair enough.
My God. Yeah, so I need Vardy. My God, he's the most owned now.
Is he?
Oh
no, no. Oh no, he's the 3rd most owned player. Abraham's still 50%.
Yeah.
Lundstrom's 44. Vardy 41, De Bruyne 40, and then Mane 40. Van Dijk's still owned by 40% players. Raw.
Yeah, it's people who don't know when to take him out.
Pookie's still owned by 18% of people.
Hey, he got an assist, all right?
These must be dead teams now.
So he got an assist. All right, so Leicester, yeah, all their players good. There's nothing much to say that.
So Vardy had 6 goal attempts, all in the box. He had 5 big chances. He could have got 4 or 5 goals that game.
Yeah, he looked mad. He actually looked mad.
He looked fucking sick. starting to get scared every time I don't captain him. Now it's getting to that stage now.
So why didn't you
where
captain him this week?
I
Who's he
could.
got?
He's got Everton. He's facing a Marco Silva that might be sacked soon.
Yeah,
So he and I think they're at home. I don't think they're
they're at
away.
home. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think he could be a very good shout. Everything basically goes through him.
Yeah,
Like,
he's mad. He's actually mad.
on my date, like if you look at his, so when did I bring him in? I brought him in, yeah, I brought him in before the Southampton game.
Mm.
No wonder he's got 104 points. It's just ridiculous the way he's played. Like so he had game week 3, 8 points, game week 4, 16 points, game week 7, 12 points, and then now he's not blanked since game week 9. 8 points, 20 points, 6 points, 12 points, 12 points.
Jesus,
That's fucked. That is mad.
that is mad.
That is actually mad. 24, 30. That's 58 points in the last 5 game weeks.
That's Jesus, over 10 a game.
Yeah. Oh, he's gonna blank as soon as I captain him. Oh no, but yeah, I'm considering him. I'm considering captaining him against Everton next week. But then, like he plays Watford the week after, definitely captaincy option. Maybe Villa captaincy option, then plays Norwich, definitely captaincy options. I can see myself captaining him at least 2 out of the next 4 games.
Solid.
Just from he's nobody even talking about. He's just so sick. What happened with that? Do you want to explain to people what happened with that penalty?
Yeah, so he missed the pen.
Yeah.
And then Maddison scored the rebound. But now with the new VAR rules, every time like a pen is scored or missed, they have to check whether there's encroachment from any side of players. So either from the Brighton side or the Leicester side. And there was encroachment from both sides, so they have to retake it no matter what.
Yeah,
and that's the new rules. And same with like if the keeper's come off his line before the pen's taken. So it's just the new rules that came in this season, but it was fair because he was in the box and he obviously got there first, so it was fair that Vardy had to retake it, and he scored. He scored anyway, so it's fine.
Put it away the second
time.
time.
So it was good for Vardy owners, not good for Maddison owners.
No, not good for Ryan owners either. Because obviously Ryan owners weren't expecting a clean sheet, but well, what is the penalty say? 5 points or something?
I think it's 5 points. Yeah, that's mad.
That's sad times, but oh well.
Actually, I'm considering Ryan in like a few weeks when their fixtures get better.
Really?
Instead of Henderson, I'll consider Ryan. I think he's a mad shout.
Let me just have a look at because I thought they had really bad fixtures.
They do for a few weeks, and then they get better.
So when after Arsenal, when they Wolves or Palace, I don't know. I still don't like their fixtures. They don't face teams. They just don't seem like they'll keep any cleans against any of those teams.
Yeah, maybe.
Obviously,
it would have to be after. It would have to be in the new year then.
Yeah. Maybe in the new year, and then they play like the likes of Everton, Villa, Bournemouth, West Ham. Yeah, maybe, but that's quite a while away.
Yeah. All right. So.
And then I think Leicester have now obviously another syringe clean. I think Schmeichel's had the least goals conceded. So.
Still think you could double up on.
Yeah, I'm starting to kind of look more into. Not look more into. I'm not going to do it, but I kind of agree with you that a Leicester double up may even be more. There may be more potential in there than a Liverpool double up.
Yeah, but you just can't look past them. I could just easily do like Trent to Chilwell or Robert to Chilwell.
Yeah, well, Chilwell got more bonus points that game as well.
He got 2, yeah.
Everton, Watford, Villa, Norwich. Oh, he could double up in 4 weeks. Oh, fuck's sake. Oh, God damn it.
Yeah, so... But then if you have like one... Like I think most people have Vardy and like either Soyuncu or Chilwell, and then most people have either Maddison or Tielemans or something. So you already have 3.
Yeah, you already have 3.
And if I'm getting Vardy in next week, I can't double up anyway. So that gives me an easy option not to double up. So
explains it. Yeah, actually, that's something to consider. I forgot that you have to have 3 players because Obviously, my back line right now is Trent, Lundstram, and Soyuncu. That's not changing. They all have easy fixtures. They all can keep cleans. And then I've got Pope at the back. Now, I was going to double up on Sheffield. Maybe I consider doubling up on Leicester instead and bringing Schmeichel. So I
You
would have
could
the
do.
money.
Yeah, yeah.
But then that forces my hand, and I cannot then bring in Maddison. It just, if I want to bring in another Leicester attacker, I can't do it basically.
I think that's a hard one.
Yeah, so it's either I bring in Dean Henderson, and I'm obviously not bringing in any more Sheffield players, so that's fine, or I bring in Schmeichel, but then yeah, I'm doubled up on Leicester. I got Vardy, so there's no Tielemans, no Maddison, no one else coming into my team. I'll have to think about that. But Pope is in my team for another week against Crystal Palace, so I'm not worried about that yet.
Yeah.
Who did they play? Brighton. I haven't got much to say about Brighton. Their
Their fixtures are not great, so
they haven't got good fixtures. They had no shots on target that game. I don't know what you want me to say after that game like that.
Yeah. All right. Should we whiz through the next few?
Whiz through the rest. Let's go on to sign.
Actually, I watched the Villa Newcastle game, so we can do that one.
Yeah.
Newcastle were not very good, but they were okay on the counter. And Saint Maximum, whatever. He had a few couple of chances, and he basically created the most and had a couple of chances. But like as you said the other day, like none of their forwards can finish, so that doesn't help.
Their defenders have scored more goals than their forwards.
Yeah, so it doesn't help. But I think it was a very banterous pun.
And it was a banterous pun. And ultimately, you enjoy the game how you want to play. So
yeah, I want to keep him in for a couple more weeks and see what you can do.
I still think if you captain him, you're a fucking idiot. But that's not going to stop you, is it?
Well, actually, you know how I'm quite like I'll captain whoever, but he's one player I'm really not feeling captaining at all. We should say something because I will captain anyone, but yeah. So yeah, that's Newcastle. Forget them for now. St. Maximum's the only one that actually looked like doing anything.
When you asked me about Williams or whoever.
Oh yeah, Williams. He was playing left wing back and he didn't do anything. Yeah. So, but Villa's very interesting. They played really well, and they have some really good assets. So I think Hourihane and Grealish over McGinn. How much is Hourihane actually?
I think he's 6. I might be mistaken.
Okay, let's have a look.
Quick look.
He is
because he had
5.7.
5.7. And then McGinn is 5.7, isn't he? And then
McGinn is 5.9.
And
Grealish is 5.9.
Okay, so they're all similar price.
But because Hourihane's on set pieces with Grealish, his left foot is magic one.
Madness.
He can. It's honestly he can whip in a ball. But the best shout is definitely got to be Grealish. He controls everything. He can get assists.
Everything goes through him basically.
Yeah.
He's.
And I was talking about when I was watching it, McGinn just plays too deep for me nowadays. I don't know if he played a bit more advanced earlier, but he's compared to Grealish. Grealish plays so much more further forward. I would pick Grealish over anyone, then Hourihane, then McGinn.
What is up with Hourihane? Has he been injured like most of the season?
Don't know.
Because he's barely played any minutes.
I think he's been injured,
I think he's been injured. I think because he's had like 2 games with 90 minutes, 1 game with like 70 minutes, and he's come off the bench a few times for like 10 minutes. But the games he's basically played like a lot of minutes in, he's got a lot of points.
And he could have got couple more assists as well.
Really?
Yeah, I think he's a great shout.
I think he could be if we work out why he wasn't playing, whether it was an injury. And then because obviously you're not bringing in any Villa players for the next 3-4
No,
fixtures.
not until game week 18.
Yeah, after their Sheffield game, and then then by that time you'll be able to assess if Hourihane is nailed. If he's creating more than Grealish, then he could be a shout. But I agree with you, Grealish over McGinn at this point.
Yeah,
McGinn's got more points in the long run, but Grealish was just unlucky like the first 7 weeks to not get any goals or assists.
Yeah.
But now that he's like kind of opened up his bank, he seems to be doing really well, and he's fucking sick.
Yep, I fully agree. He's definitely one to watch. Yeah. And
I think the other one for me is El
Ghazi.
Yeah.
He's got 48 points. He's got like one behind Grealish.
Yeah, they slowly tick in with him as well.
He basically plays as a second forward. That's what I like when you talking about Lucas Moura earlier. He basically does that. And Wesley can't finish, but he will get goals eventually.
Yeah.
But
then there's no space in the forward for Wesley.
Oh no.
But in your midfield, you could have a fifth or even a bench. And yeah, with their fixtures like Southampton, Norwich, Watford, Burnley, yeah, it could be a decent shout there.
100%. I'm bringing one of them in.
Yeah, one of them in.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
We got Bournemouth Wolves.
Fuck, this game was just. I don't know what to make of Bournemouth anymore. Don't know what happened to them. They were just.
Nah, they're going down. They're literally going down. I don't know what's going on. But I think after they had that red card, they did improve.
Yeah, they played better. They did play better. It was weird.
So I don't know if it all like kicked them on to sort themselves out a little bit. What's their fixtures like? I mean, I'm not even going to look because I'm not going to bother.
I don't care about any of their assets. But yeah, it was Francis with red. Wolves should have done better when they were then obviously down to 10 men.
Yeah.
And I think Ake nearly drew them the game, so they nearly came back from that 2-0 with 10 men. It was mad. But
Jimenez
7 shots and he got a goal. Torore with the assist. Jimenez has now gone 8 games in a row, including his international fixtures, and he scored in all 8 games, I think.
Yeah, it's just mad.
He's had 8 goals in 8 games.
Okay, yeah, the fixtures aren't
I don't
great.
know
Over the Christmas, they're not good, but then, yeah, I might have to think about that.
This is why I've not entirely been like wanting to immediately bring in Jimenez, because I don't like their fixtures going forward. I don't then like Rashford's fixtures going forward, and so I'm kind of debating the two and then thinking about Ings. But
yeah, that makes sense.
But then he's so in form that like when he does get given the 1 or 2 opportunities, he finishes them. So
yeah, I think he's a good shout for a couple. I might have to look into bring him out.
103,000 people. Boy.
I know. It's
fucking hell. Before Sheffield.
Yeah, I mean he could still score.
Yeah, no, he probably still will, but yeah, that's what I don't like. Well, yeah, they've got Sheffield next. I don't like that. And then they've got West Ham, Brighton, fine, Spurs maybe, Norwich maybe, and then they got City, Liverpool. And then oh fucking hell, their fixtures are shite.
Yeah, no, I do agree.
Newcastle, and then Liverpool, Man United, Leicester, Norwich, Spurs.
Yeah, it's not good. Not good. But then Traore, he's still a tank. Like,
oh yeah.
If he can learn to finish, like same. He just seems like similar player to Saint Maximin.
Yeah, but he's assisting at least.
But he's in a better team. So
yeah, but he's consistently getting points.
Is he 5.4 as well?
5.2.
Oh, I should have brought him in instead.
Yeah.
Damn. See, I would have captained him as well.
Oh, he's so fucking quick.
I know, and he's the biggest guy ever. How is that possible?
He's just a tank. And then you got João Moutinho with such a mad free kick.
Yeah, he's
obviously not one to consider, but I just wanted to say that was a mad
kick. Yeah, it was a mad free kick. He's an assister of an assister.
Fucking hell, he scored one. Oh, he's got 6 points, 4 points, 10 points. All right, I can see why 31,000 people brought him in, but like fucking hell, 31,000 people brought him in.
Yeah, that's a lot. Jeez, I don't know. Not for those fixtures, I wouldn't bring him in.
No. All right, so that's Wolves.
So we can talk about. We've got 2 games left.
Burnley, Watford.
3-0
Burnley.
Yeah, I don't think it should have been 3-0. I think it was much closer than the scoreline suggested. But
what, you think Burnley were lucky to keep it clean? I think Pope made some excellent saves.
No, I think it should have been 1 or 2-0. Not like 3 was like giving them creds there.
Yeah.
But they I think Chris Wood's a very good shout still. I don't know how good their fixtures are.
Oh, I have no idea. Oh, they're all right. They're all right. That's why I'm kind of thinking of getting rid of Pope. But forward,
they're not great.
In terms of going forward, they don't know if they'll still have chances. The only problem is it's just Wood and Barnes are a fucking headache.
Always go Wood. 100% go Wood.
Wait, what are they in terms of points? They're pretty similar, aren't they?
I think Wood's.
Yeah, there's 3 points in between them. Wood is more of the differential.
But that's because Barnes had like that first 3 games where he just scored and scored and scored. But then Wood's. I think if you look at Wood's stats, they're much
but
better.
Wood had a little run where he just kept scoring as well.
Yeah, but again, remember when we talked about when I had Barnes in my team? Wood's position is so much more central.
I did check their heat map because of what you said, and
Yeah.
they were very close together. Barnes was slightly ahead, but they were basically in the exact same
Okay.
position. Wood played 75 minutes for some reason. I'm not sure why. And he had only one shot, but then he obviously scored. Barnes had 4 shots, and he also scored.
And that's interesting.
Yeah, it's just these two give me a headache, hence
That's
why I
true.
avoid them. But
Yeah.
they're so cheap at 6.3. But then if you're looking at someone around the 6 range, I have to say Ings is probably a better shot than the both of them.
I don't know. I consider Wood, honestly.
What, with the fixtures they have?
Oh, no,
forward?
not with the fixtures. Not with
Oh,
the
yeah,
fixtures, no.
yeah.
But eventually.
But yeah, eventually.
Yeah. And then you got Tarkowski at the back, who we've said it was just a lucky thing, I think, to him
29 points in 2 games. 29 points in 2 games. Fucking ridiculous.
That is stupid. So stupid.
Oh,
but again, with their fixtures, no.
Yeah, I'm hoping they probably won't happen because they play Palace. I'm hoping they can manage to keep it clean, but let's see what happens, because if we're both considering Zaha, I don't want them to score against Pope, but
Is that the next game?
Yeah.
Oh no, Zaha's coming in after, so.
Yeah. But I'd still like to see Zaha churn out a few shots.
Do something.
Yeah. Let's just see a masterclass from Pope, and then I'll be happy to get rid of him and then bring in Zaha. But go on, keep it clean. Save 9 shots or some shit. Bonus points. Let's have a 12-point game from Pope.
Let's do it.
It's gonna be a 2-point game for Pope.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. 1 point. Maybe.
100%.
You get yellow.
Just red card. Fucking punches Zaha in the face halfway through the game.
And Zaha gets injured and we can't bring him in.
No, allow
that. Watford, Delafeu still looks pretty dangerous.
Yeah,
but
4 shots, still dangerous, but he's in arguably one of the worst squads in the league.
If they sack their manager, Delafeu could come in.
Yeah, but
no,
they're not gonna, are they? There's just too many managers to sack right now.
They could all swap, like you said. And then the last game.
Let's talk about another manager that's about to fucking get sacked. Everton against Norwich. He got booed off. His fans are really unhappy with him.
Yeah, but so did Emery.
Yeah, but that's been going on for a while.
How can you lose to Norwich at home? It's just awful.
I don't know. But interestingly enough about Norwich, I mean, it's difficult to consider their assets at any point. Obviously, Pukki, everyone's too frustrated with, but Cantwell is apparently beginning to play as a number 10.
Yeah, I saw that because they took out Buendia.
Yeah, and he played really, really well. He also got a goal. He's the only one that drives forward with Pukki. Obviously, we both got annoyed when we saw the Pukki to Cantwell notification, as per usual.
Yeah.
But he's still very cheap. He still could be brought in back as a bench player or an enabler.
I think he's the perfect first bench player.
Yeah.
Literally the perfect bench player.
Because if he's now playing as a number 10 over Buendia, and he played as well as he did, he probably is pretty nailed then.
Yeah, he'll get a couple of points. Either he'll play at number 10 or left wing back his usual position, but he's nailed, I think.
Yeah, but their fixtures are just up and down. But
and then he's a good first bench.
But he has to be a first. You can't start him. A lot of people, including myself, started him for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, because that's what they're doing so well.
Yeah, but not anymore. He has to be a bench player now.
Mm.
And then Everton, no one. The whole fucking team is shit until Silva goes out. And then depending on who they bring in, maybe at that point you could consider, the likes of Richarlison, Siggy, Deeney back.
But until that fixtures, wow.
Oh yeah. See, this is the other thing. Firstly, he's not surviving the next 3 fixtures. No. But then secondly, who the fuck wants to come in with these fixtures?
Emery, hopefully. Emery can go.
So adamant about this. Yeah. All right. Let's just quickly move on to captaincies and transfers. So, just generally, I think from what I've looked at the fixtures next week, your 3 choices are a Chelsea player, most likely Tammy, a Liverpool player, most likely Mane, or a Leicester player, most likely Vardy. I think they're your big 3 captaincy options.
I 100% agree.
And then to an extent, if you still somehow have faith in Raheem, but I
Nah,
I
not
think
Newcastle away.
yeah, there's better options. Yeah, Steve Bruce is just gonna park that bus.
Yeah.
Park that bus.
But yeah, I think I'm gonna go Mane. If I want to do a banter one, I'll do Sterling. So, because he's going anyway. So,
Fair. I think I'm not sure. I don't think I'm gonna do Tammy. I think it's gonna be more either Captain Vardy again, or Captain Vardy or Captain Mane. Or maybe Captain Tammy. I don't fucking know. It's gonna be no. Fuck. I don't know. Hey, this is gonna be an 11:29 a.m. Last minute captaincy option. Right now, it's sitting on Mane with Vardy Vice. I reckon that's gonna swap numerous times. Possibly Tammy in, but more likely it's between Vardy and Mane.
yeah.
I think I'm gonna go Vardy actually. I think with Salah back, I might play a little safer and go Vardy.
I think you can go for any of those three.
Yeah, and the one we pick will blank.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Like always.
like always.
But I'm not making any transfers, as I said. I'm going to keep Sterling for one more week, and then he's gone. So it's the same squad as last week.
Which, as I said before, if you follow us at FPL_Friends, we tweet out just before the transfer deadline. So I can quickly go over. So I have to get rid of Aguero. Made a stupid transfer last week where I did Robbo to Trent, so I'm now one transfer less. So I'm not going to take a hit as a result. So I'm making one transfer this week, and that is most likely Aguero to either Ings or Rashford. Most likely Ings. And then next week, I think I'm then going to do Pope to like Dean Henderson or Kasper Schmeichel after I've thought about it today.
Yep.
And the week after, I'm then going to get rid of Mount.
That's fair.
For like, either Pulisic or Maddison or Son, depending on what I do this week. And yeah, the other player I forgot to mention that I might transfer Aguero out is for Kane. So it's between Kane, Rashford, and Ings. It's probably not Rashford because I can't be asked with their fixtures going forward. So it's either do I want to go down the route of bringing Ings in and then in 2 weeks' time bringing Son in for Mount, or do I go down the route of bringing Kane in and then having a lot less money, and then maybe only upgrading Mount to like Maddison or something.
I think it's the Ings option.
Yeah, I think I'm preferring Ings. I think I like Ings' fixtures going forward, and then after Ings' like next 2-3 games, it allows me to bring Rashford in when his fixtures get better, and then I can have Son in after Mount's fixtures. Not that his fixtures get bad, but when Spurs' fixtures get a little better, let them play Everton, let them play United, and then I'll bring him in. And in the meanwhile, I'll finally sort out Pope. Not that he's been doing anything wrong, I just not liking his fixtures and I'm preferring other people's fixtures. Beyond that, I'm happy with the rest of my squad. I'm pretty much happy with my squad this week anyway. And then I'm just going to assess De Bruyne. De Bruyne is the other one I need to keep a little eye on.
Yeah, that's fair. I think he's still nailed for me for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
But like for these next few weeks, obviously their fixtures aren't great, so we can have a little looky.
Yeah, I think my problem is my absolute faith in City, which is understandable where it's come from, but my faith in City has been partly my downfall this season. Too many captaincy Agueros, kept them in for too long when there've been other assets around that, just because they don't have the name and the history that we've like seen for years. It's very difficult to take Aguero out. It's just difficult knowing what he can do. But now he's injured, he's gone.
The amount of times I've seen Sterling captain 4 points is just ridiculous now. So
I think that's been most weeks.
It's literally was so stupid, but whatever. He's coming out after this week. But anyway, that's it for this week.
Yeah, that is it for this week. So again, at FPL_Friends, please follow us. Please, share this podcast with people in your league, your friends, your family, whoever. We hope you enjoyed, and we're ready for next week where all our captains will blank. But
what's the best fixture of next week? It is
what, as in the most interesting or
the most interesting?
Arsenal Norwich.
Yeah, I was gonna. It's the battle of the.
No, I think the Leicester Everton is probably the most interesting fixture next week.
I'd say Wolves Sheffield United. That's 5th v 6th.
Ooh.
That's a mad game.
Oh, no. Did not realise they were 5th and 6th. Even City Newcastle will be a very interesting game. with, let's see how City handle things, and let's see how they get through Newcastle's bus.
Yep, let's have a look. All right. Anyway, so thanks very much for listening, everyone.
And we'll see you next week.
Will we? Yes, we will.
There we go.
Obviously. All right. See you guys.
Yeah.
Bye bye.